Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's me, Joseph the Soigné Baker. It's that time of year where the weather is still kind of cool on some days and some days it's hot, but no doubt it is carrot cake season. I have my own special recipe. Hopefully you will enjoy my iteration of it. Please leave comments down below what you would do differently, what you would like, and if you like content like this, be sure to subscribe, like, and leave comments. Your input is important, so let's get started. Just taking a look at the ingredient list, this can seem like quite a daunting task. It's some 14 ingredients, including fresh ginger. Now you can use ground ginger, but I prefer fresh ginger. We've got everything in here, including some rum-soaked raisins. Let's not forget about that. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to start by combining our eggs, a cup of oil. I'll have all the measurements in the description. I promise I won't forget this time. I have forgotten in times past. Half a cup of buttermilk, some granulated sugar, some brown sugar, and of course we can't do anything without vanilla. This is one of my favorite brands. I had a friend bring me back this from the islands. I know I've mentioned that before, but the reason I continue to mention it, if you know anyone going to the islands, or if you yourself are going to the islands, they make the best tasting vanilla in the world. And I'm talking Puerto Rico, Jamaica, Aruba, Antigua, any of those places. So we're just going to combine this. We just want to mix this until it's well combined. We don't need to overbeat it. All the ingredients. I'm gonna set that to the side. Y'all may remember one of my earlier videos. I made a video. It was called "Better Than Carrot Cake." That was a parsnip. I'll link that in the video in the corner for you. That was a parsnip cake, which is the cousin of the carrot. We can talk more about that later. Okay, so now we're gonna combine our dry ingredients. A lot of recipes will call for ground ginger, but I prefer fresh ginger. And this will incorporate quite nicely into the cake. No worries about there being clumps of ginger in your cake. So I'm putting this directly into my flour along with baking soda, baking powder, a little bit of salt. As you see here. And some cardamom. Not too much. And of course, cinnamon and nutmeg. Now this is a spicy cake, and these are the top two spices as far as I'm concerned that you can put into a cake. You almost won't find a spicy cake recipe of any kind without some cardamom, without some cinnamon or nutmeg. And I prefer the fresh because I'm telling you, the difference between fresh nutmeg and already ground nutmeg is major. I mean, it's not even close. But as I said, please leave a comment down below. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer fresh nutmeg, or do you prefer already ground nutmeg? And then I know it may seem like a little bit more work, but nutmeg is very, very soft, so it's easy to grind up. It's easy to shave. I'm also throwing some little bit of star anise that I've already had ground up. That's something I prefer to use fresh too versus ground star anise. And as you continue to bake, or if you're already an experienced baker, then you already know this. The difference between fresh and pre-ground is, I mean, it's not even close. You can tell just the aroma before we've even mixed anything together. We haven't even put anything in the oven yet, and it's already, the aroma is already off the charts. Alright, we're going to combine those all together. Now this is dessert, but I'm kind of curious as to what y'all having for dinner along with this. What are y'all plans this weekend for dinner? You know, if I'm being too nosy, you just let me know. But if not, leave me a comment in the comment section. What you having for dinner before you have this beautiful, delicious, luscious carrot cake. Now after we do all right, now we're just going to add our dry ingredients to our wet. And we're going to mix it until it's well incorporated. No need to overbeat this. Unlike a pound cake can be very forgiving if you overbeat it. Not so much this recipe here. We'll start it off on low. Okay, you can see everything's not quite fully incorporated, but that's okay. Once we mix in we're going to fold in our carrots, pineapples, nuts, and raisins. Now, a lot of these ingredients, the nuts, the raisins, and the pineapple, it's totally optional. It's up to you. You don't have to add it, but these are flavor boosters. This won't necessarily make your cake taste like pineapple or like nuts, and if you have a nut allergy, by all means, or like my sister-in-law, a pineapple allergy, by all means leave these ingredients out. But other than that, do as you please. I mean, this is a cake that is so full of flavor, so delicious, but it's also versatile. There are some ingredients that you just don't have to have in there. Now this is about 2.5 cups of carrots here. I feel like the more the merrier, but I don't always want to add them all in at the same time. I'm going to check the consistency of my cake before I add them all in, because this is quite enough carrots right here, but we're making a carrot cake, y'all, so is there really a such thing as enough carrots? And if you look at this batter, it may look a little dry for your taste compared to maybe other cakes, but carrots and pineapples hold so much moisture. And I'm going to add a little bit more moisture with these rum-soaked raisins. Oh man, that's a beauty right there. Yeah, not too much. If you're going to add raisins to this, oh, I wish I could smell these. They smell so delicious. If you're going to add raisins, maybe a cup of raisins will do it. Half a cup, depending on who you're cooking for. Some people really don't like raisins for whatever reason. Yeah, well, that's your thing. That's your thing. Alright. And now I think I'm going to add the rest of those carrots in there. Now, this is a big batter. You can use some of this batter to make you some cupcakes, or if you so choose, you can just make this into like a pan cake. Cook it up like a pan of brownies and have you some carrot cake bars somewhat. Alright, so I've had my pans already. I've already sprayed them down with Baker's Joy, which is my favorite. So we're just going to go ahead and divide them up between these two pans. You can use 3 if you want to make a triple layer. You can do a lot of things. You can do a lot of things. You got versatility. And that is ready to go in the oven. So I'm going to fill up my other pan and put that in the oven. I just wanted y'all to see what this looks like. It is beautiful and delicious, and it smells amazing already. So imagine how it is coming out of the oven. We'll be back in about 30 minutes. Okay, so my cakes have come out of the oven. They are perfectly golden brown. And I'm telling you, they're right out of the oven. So what I like to do, this is some pineapple juice that was left over from the canned pineapples that I used. Now, sometimes I will use rum, but in this case I'm going to use a little bit of pineapple juice and just brush it right on there to give it a little bit more flavor. And it's good to do this while they're piping hot right out of the oven, so that your cake won't become soggy. Now this is also a trick you can use if, say for instance, you don't want to frost your cakes right away. You want to put them in the fridge and maybe tomorrow frost them, and you may feel like they have lost a little bit of their moisture. This can revitalize your cake out of the fridge. You just brush it with some simple syrup or pineapple juice or rum, whatever you like, whatever you type of liquid you have that will enhance the flavor. Alright, so we're going to let these cool completely. I'm going to take them out of the pan, let them cool for about 10 minutes, take them out of the pan, let them cool completely, and then we're going to frost them. And if you want to see how I made that frosting, you can skip ahead to the timestamps in this video right here, and that'll be all the information you need right there. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the final finished product. I let it sit in the fridge overnight so that ice can get a little more firm on there. But I am so glad that y'all spent y'all time with me. Thanks for watching, and whatever you do, keep baking.